Gemini, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-May 2026, and I'll do the reading for you, and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Gemini. What do we got? The overall energy for the reading, the King of Pentacles. I mean, we got a sense of security and stability, and kind of stepping into this role of, you know, being present with home, work, like stability, material. You're very present in the material, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. You're kind of in that go-getter type of an energy. Starting off the reading, you get the King of Wands crossed by the Four of Swords. Yeah, you're kind of like, I'm giving the crazy dreamer and more energetic flow and me into my emotions. I'm giving that a break for a little bit. I need to get shit done. Okay. In your focus, the Five of Swords, there's deception there, because it's like, you need that side to you. Where's the fun at? We're just going to be responsible adults, and that's that. Practical, logical, and that's it. Like, yeah. Okay. In the recent past, the Six of Cups, there's a soul connection there. I don't know what's up with it yet. We'll figure it out. In your strength, the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you're committing yourself to something. You may start a new project or something, and so you're gearing up to be like present with it, and 100%. Just your focus should be only there or something. Maybe that's why you're taking something so serious. There's a tone of taking something super serious, and the fun and all of that. You'll have fun later. It's fine. Okay. In the immediate future, the Nine of Wands. I mean, you're coming through with kind of against something, rejecting something here. Supporting this reading, the Emperor. Yeah, getting on top of shit, getting shit done. And again, your focus is only on what you're... If you have a project that played, that's where you're at 100%. Everything else, if I come in as your friend and say, hey, you want to hang out, do something fun, you're like, call me later, please. You know, like, yeah, later. Not right now. I'm busy right now. Okay. And if I'm your good friend, I would understand, and I would probably be like, fuck off then, and I would call you later. In the energy that surrounds you, and you may not see it clearly, the Three of Cups. You got a lot of friends kind of waiting in line there to call you and to hang out and to have fun. You're like, hey, it's a fun energy out here. You want to try it? Nope. Why are you so laser focused here? What's going on? That nothing else matters. What is going on here? What kind of empire are you building? Anyways, in your hopes and fears, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're in it. You're with it. You're like, yeah, let's go, let's do. You're surrounded by a lot of energy, fun energy, nice energy, loving energy. You know, supporting energy probably to even what you're doing. I don't think they're nagging at you for not having fun with them. I think they're there for support also. So it's pretty cool. Potential outcome, the Death card. Something might be coming to a close. Hopefully not this project that you pushed everything aside for. But something, I think you're ending something there. But okay. Let's clarify. Let's do the King of Pentacles. For the King of Pentacles, you get the King of Wands, the Fool, the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're so invested here. But there's that little fun part to you here too. From an energetic standpoint, it really wants to come in. And you're kind of giving it a 5. Like, take 5. Fun part of me, take 5. Why? Let's see if you are, though. Because that's kind of how it comes through initially. King of Wands, you get the Sun, the Hierophant, the Three of Pentacles. Oh! Hold on, there's somebody else here. Maybe you're giving them a break. That's the fun part. Okay, it's tied up to somebody else. Maybe that's Six of Cups, maybe that's soul connection, but there's somebody else here. You're not at this on your own. You're not. Another energy there. Gotcha. Let's do the Four of Swords. Page of Cups, Two of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on here. Because I do see there's somebody else tied up to you. Through a connection that for right now, it seems fun. It seems nice. It seems like, hey, cool. We're here together. We're doing this. Yay. But then I see a break given to that energy, or is that energy giving you a break? Is there like a... As fun as we're having here together, I think we should separate when we work on this, or something like that. You're ruining my focus, or something like that. I don't know what's going on. Because they are bringing quite the fun here to the table. And it's like, you're so... If this is you, because this could be the other energy. But someone is so dead on serious. Like, no, we need to get our shit together. And the other energy is like, our shit is together, but it can be a fun shit, too. So there's a more playful type of an energy that's working with a more strict, rigid, like, no. First work and then fun. And the other energy is like, let's blend them. So I don't know who's who at this point. I don't think it's you, though. Because I don't know if how laser focused can you be that I haven't seen you in such strict energies. I think you can be, but I don't think you want to be so strict. But you're working with the... If that energy is not you, you're working with the pretty strict, serious energy. One of those... you know, life is too serious types of energies. Five of Swords. Five of Swords in your focus, you get the Tower, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Swords. What the fuck is up with this disaster? What happened here? It's an exchange of energy, but it's so... Oof. Well, it resulted into being painful, but it's so harsh. It's so... Did you say some things you didn't really mean? Did they? Did the both of you? Because it definitely resulted into a shit show. And ultimately resulted into pain. You know, you inflicted some pain on somebody. They did the same through this energy exchange. And now you're looking at it from the angle of, it's kind of deceptive. This shouldn't have happened, you know? So again, coming through as maybe said or did some things that you didn't mean. You or them or the both of you. But ice cream truck, see, fun. Oh my god. If you're the fun energy, I'm with you on that. Ice cream truck. Life is not that serious. Come on. Where the fuck is it? I want to run and get me an ice cream. For the Six of Cups, in the recent past, you get the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the World card. Huh? Oh, is this one of those? Where you've been done with this situation, with this connection? Quite a few times you've been done with it? And you're never really done with it? It's one of those? I'm done with you. Okay, no, I'm not. But every time you were done with it, another chapter closed. From that book of that dynamic. I don't think you're done with it. But you've been done a few times. For the Ace of Pentacles, in your strength, you get the Ten of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, no, you're not done. You're like, okay, let's start over. Let's start from scratch. Let's start over. Here. But it's getting harder and harder to keep on starting over. You know, it's getting harder and harder over time. Let me do the Nine of Wands. For the Nine of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Four of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Wands. I don't understand, man. there's breaks within this. So there's coming together at times, and it's fun at times, despite the rigidity that I'm seeing here. It's fun. It can be fun. You know, they can flex out of that sometimes, and it can make a fun experience here. But there's too many gaps in between. So like, okay, you have 5 minutes of fun within a month. And then the next month comes, and maybe you have 10 minutes of fun, but it's still within a month. And then 2 months later, you have another couple of minutes of fun. So there's gaps. There's too many gaps. And I see you kind of coming in and saying, I don't want this anymore. You know, I don't. Either we get rid of the gaps and we have fun all the time, or I don't know what the solution is, but I don't want this to play out like this anymore. You know, it's not doable for me. Okay. Let me do the Emperor in the supportive energies, the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Swords. You're just functioning from their very opposite poles, you know, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know, as long as it's acknowledged and accepted on both parts. But usually the part that comes in as the problem solver, or the one that's taking care of shit or getting shit done, or the rigid one, through that type of being, they usually kind of inflict a sense of control over things without realizing that they are, unless they're very aware of themselves and, you know, work on that actively, and then it's just not going to pan out. They're just going to be quite strict about things, but maybe try not to be that controlling. That could happen too. But usually there's a sense of control with that, so it's very hard to break away from that and to accept others as being different, you know? So I can see two energies, opposite energies, working out as long as there's acknowledgement and understanding over the fact that, hey, we're just different, and that's okay. But like with such a rigid energy on that side, I don't know if that's going to work out, because in the past it didn't. So historically, for this situation, it hasn't worked out that great. That you're just coming at things in very different ways. Anyways, let me see the Three of Cups in the hidden energies. The Queen of Wands, the Justice card, the Empress. You got a very genuine and very soft energy to you when you approach this situation. And I feel like if it's not welcomed here, this energy, you are going to take it someplace else in the sense of friends, family. So you are coming out as your true self. Because of how restricted you may feel in this one, because of the rigidity around, you may not feel like yourself a lot of times within this context, within this dynamic. So I feel like there's that need to show up as yourself where you're allowed to, you know? So that could be, again, in gatherings of friends, family, wherever you feel comfortable to be yourself. That's a big mark for me personally when I look at this of why are you not allowed to be yourself here? Or who's not allowing you to be you? Because ultimately it's going to be you. You know? And it sucks when I see an energy dealing with something that's so important to them, but not feeling free in it, free to be who they are, you know? And they have to look someplace else for that freedom. So, I don't know what to tell you. But you carry quite a soft and nice energy to you that is accepted in a lot of other places, but here. And again, I get the sense that it's coming from that, hey, we're different. But I also get the sense that that's not accepted. It's like, well, why would you be different than me? You got to do things as I say. You're not letting somebody be themselves when you do that to somebody. So, I don't know. For the Ace of Swords, in your hopes and fears, you get the Chariot, the Ace of Wands, the Hangman. Okay, you're like, I got to do something about that. And I'm like, no kidding. Yeah, you do. But you're not doing shit for now. But you know you got to do something. And I feel like you know what you got to do. I don't know what you got to do. You would know what you got to do. And you do know what you got to do. But you're not doing it for now. But you're definitely coming through with, I gotta break free. I gotta be free. I gotta be allowed to be me, and the only one that's gonna allow for that to happen is gonna be me. So I know what to do about it. I'm gonna do something about it. Hang on a second. Okay. Let's do the Death card. In the potential outcome, you get the Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. I mean, can you guess what you're gonna do about it? Because you're showing up as you're done with this. Now, historically speaking, you've been done with this a few times before. So if you're coming through, especially to whoever knows you and whoever's been a part of your life through this experience, and telling them I'm done, and they don't believe you, don't be surprised. But at the same time, don't be influenced by it. They're allowed to draw their conclusions based on the history of you being done a few times. But it doesn't matter. If you want to, okay, I made up my mind, I know what I want to do, I'm done with this, even if I said that 100 times before, now is the time. Okay, then be done with it. You're especially pointing at the rigidity of things. You're like, okay, that's too much. Tensed and like, we need to, I don't think you were the rigid one here. I think you were the one that wanted to chase the ice cream truck. But, I don't know. And it doesn't come easy for you to just say, hey, I'm done here and that's that. No, you're upset about this, having to be your decision. But I see that's where you're coming from at that moment in time, at least. From the universe for you, as a final advice, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Empress. You might have caught yourself a few times recently asking yourself, why am I hanging on to this? Why am I not letting this go? What holds me in this? Why am I so scared? What am I holding on to? Especially. And, again, from an energetic perspective, I can see you care deeply for whoever this is, and I'm sure they care deeply for you. From a soul-to-soul perspective, you're probably part of the same soul family. You're here to teach each other lessons, and things like that. But if an experience gets to the point of your freedom feels like it's, kind of secluded there and stripped in chains, then we've got a problem. No matter how much, from a soul-to-soul perspective, you care about each other, there's no good. So, I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's do Alice, the Wonderland Oracle. Belong to your own dream. Create your own life. Man, Alice and me this weekend, we're talking to one another. She's a stalker. She knows what I'm reading about, and then she comes in and she's like, okay, here we go, cherry on top. When Alice plaintively wonders whether everything she is experiencing is a part of a great dream, the same dream shared by many beings, she wonders whose dream it is. Just like Alice, we ought to be concerned about whether we are living our own dreams, making our own mistakes, following our own hearts, or simply doing what others believe we ought, and thus making their mistakes, following what their hearts think is best for us, and living in their dreams. Some people in some societies are very powerful. Our culture would like us to live a certain dream, to marry, to have a home, a good job, and then die peacefully. But that dream, the collective dream, or the dream of our rules, may not be your dream. This card asks you to remember your own dreams and wishes, and to set about making sure they are governing your choices. Many people will encourage you to head in a certain direction and live in a particular way that nearly everyone will agree is right. But you have your own dream, a life in which you will live a little more adventurously and strangely than many others. It is time to break free of the collective dream and live within your own. Belong to only one dream. Magical soul, belong to your own. Divination. Finding you have been following a plan and a path that is not truly your own. Deciding to take steps to live in a way that is authentic and truly your own. Rebelling. Wishing to live in your own world. No longer making decisions, staying with people or in jobs that are not part of your dream. not being directed or governed by the desires and dreams of others. Deciding to make some big changes following the path that is your soul's true dream for its evolution this lifetime. Chasing fucking ice cream trucks too. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.